Hello, everyone, and welcome to Book Explorers, where we explore wonderful books for kindergarten through second grade and third through fifth grade every month. I'm April. I work at the Green Valley Ranch branch of the Denver Public Library, and this month we're exploring friendship. If you are able to swing by your local branch library, you may see one of these paper bags. And inside these paper bags are all the things that you need to make friendship bracelets. Have you ever made a friendship bracelet before? Are you wondering what is a friendship bracelet? Well, let me show you. This is one that I made, and it looks like this. And you can see it is a really cool diagonal design, bright colors, and this design is called Candy Stripe. And if you look closely, you can see that each one of these looks like a knot. It may look complicated, but it's actually really simple to put together once you get the basics down. And if you aren't able to come by your local branch library to pick up one of those paper bags, it's totally fine because all you need for this are some embroidery floss, and I have these cool colors right here. You need a pair of scissors, some tape, and maybe you might need a ruler, but I'll show you how to measure without a ruler. If you are able to pick up an activity kit, then most likely all of your string is going to be already pre-measured and pre-cut for you. However, if you do have to go to a fabric store or even Walmart carries these embroidery skeins, then a very quick way to measure is to unwind just a little bit, to pinch the end of it with your thumb and finger, and then to stretch the string all the way out till you get to your shoulder. And that will give you a great starting length. Once you have your strings cut, line up all the ends of them, and we're just going to do a knot. So one thing to note too is that you want to give yourself a little bit of a tail at the end. So here is where you can use a ruler, or you can just eyeball it. This looks like maybe 2.5 inches. So I'm going to tie a knot. And you have to be careful to get all of those strings through the top. And you might have to just kind of massage everything into place, but you definitely want a loop. So it looks like this. So now that we have made our loop, what we want to do next is find a nice flat surface that is clear of any kind of clutter. That'll just make it easier for you to manage all the strings as you work. Then you want to take some tape and tape down the loop. And I like to also tape down the tail end just so I don't have to worry about it. And the next thing that you want to do is then decide what colors you want to, or what color you want to go first, and the order of colors that you want to work with. So I am going to start off with the purple and then move to the green, then the magenta, and then the blue. And we are going to work from the left to the right. So you want to take your first string, and for me, I'm just going to call them by their color. So I'm going to take the purple string, and I'm going to make this shape. And because we're making forward knots, we are going to make the shape 4. That's just an easy way to remember that we're working forward. So you want to do 2 knots per string. So we've made the shape, and then we're going to pick up the green. We're going to loop the purple underneath it, and it helps to hold on to the green string as you pull the thread through. And you want to make sure that the color that we're making the knots with, the first color, is off to the left of the string. And then once you have the tail end clear, you just move this one up till you get to the knot that we made at the very beginning. It's hard to see because it's such a tiny knot. So do 2 knots per string. So we made the shape. We grab onto the purple. You want to make sure and move it under the green string. And then you pull the tail end through. And you see how these strings keep wanting to come with. Well, it's not their turn yet. So feel free to pause at any time and move them back into place. And then you want to move that purple knot all the way up. So we've done 2 knots. So we can move the green string off to the left because we are done working with it for now. Now the next color is going to be the magenta. So we want to make that shape, and then we want to just move it underneath the magenta, pull the thread, the purple thread tail through, and then move that knot to the top, just like that. And it doesn't have to be that tight when you move the thread through, but nice and snug against the knot. The tighter you do that, the tighter the tension of the bracelet, and it could cause your bracelet to keep curling as you work. So just go nice and easy, take your time, and just make sure it's nice and snug. Okay, so we've done 2 knots, and now we've moved that magenta off to the left, and we are going to work on the blue now. So make that shape. You move the purple thread underneath the blue, and it really helps to hold the blue up off the table so you can really make sure that everything is good. Then you move the knot up. Okay, one more. And there we are done with the purple. And because we worked all of our threads, we move the purple now off to the right. So now the order that we have is green, magenta, blue, and then purple. And then you want to take the green thread, make that shape across the magenta, move it underneath, grab the magenta, hold it up off the table as we pull the green thread through, and then we move that knot up. Okay, and then we want to do that one more time. And as you get more comfortable with making these movements, then you don't have to be so strict with making that triangle shape. You can just make it so that it's comfortable for you and you know what is next. Okay, so that's one. And it's fun to watch as your bracelet comes together. Okay, so we're done with the magenta, we're done with the blue, and now we are going to work with the purple. There we go. One knot. Another knot. Okay. And now we move the green to the very right because we are done with that. And you can see that our bracelet is starting to take shape. You can see a series of purple knots and a series of green knots. All right, so now we are going to work with the magenta. And all the knots are going to be magenta next. And don't feel like you have to rush, because when you have long threads that you're trying to work with, you can see they all want to clump together. So take your time with this. Okay, we're done with the blue. we go. Feel free to pause and just straighten everything out. You can see they always want to grab onto each other. All right. Number 2. So we're done with the blue. We're done with the purple. And now it's the green's turn. Okay. There's one. And here is number 2. Okay. All right, so now, last but not least, we have the blue. So we're going to go around the purple first, because we're moving from left to right. Here we go. And now we move the purple to the left. We're going to work with the green. There's one. Wants to get tangled. And here is number 2. And now it is the magenta's turn. And one thing that I like to do when I'm doing a craft like this with my hands is listen to an audiobook, because I can read a book through audio form as I'm doing these crafts. And that's just a really fun way to keep reading. And I get through a lot of books that way. Okay, so that is working with all 4 colors. And you can see if I can get some light on there. We have the first set of knots, purple, green, magenta, and then we have the blue. And you want to keep going until the bracelet fits around your wrist. So here is my friendship bracelet. And I got to this length by just measuring around my wrist so that my ending knots meet the big sliding knot that we made at the beginning of our bracelet. And you'll determine what is the right length for you. And the next thing that you want to do is tie a knot right at the end of your bracelet so that your design won't unravel on you. So let's go ahead and do that. And try to get your knot so that it is right at the end of your design. And you can use your fingernails to kind of tug it into place. I'll make it nice and tight. Here we go. And this is where you can decide if you want to leave the tail end just as it is, or if you would like to braid it. It is totally up to you. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as it is. And at the very end, we're going to tie a knot. And we are going to make a sliding or adjustable bracelet so that you can easily take it off when you need to. So you can see the knot that we just made is pretty small. It's going to fit through there and then come right out again. So let's make another knot right on top of that one, just to make it bigger. Okay. And you can use your fingernails to kind of tug it into place. Okay. Here we go. And one more time, just to make it extra big and easy for you to grab. Okay. All right. So then it'll look like that. So now to make your bracelet adjustable, you put your knot through the loop of the sliding knot, and then you just keep pulling. And now we've made a bigger loop with our bracelet. So take the end and put it through this bigger loop, and then we pull it through just like that. And now we can adjust our bracelet like that. It looks a little messy because of the ends of our sliding knot right here, but that's okay. We're going to take care of that. So if we tug, it'll still come through, right? So what we want to do is take the ends of our sliding knot, our loop right here, and just pull so that it is, oops, and let me just pull the rest of this through. There we go, until it is on this part, the tail end. So now we can pull, pull, pull until it's nice and snug. And depends on how tightly you want to pull it. Doesn't really matter at this point. We just want to make sure we have a nice tail. And you can decide if you want to trim it right here. But I think it'll look really nice, at least for my bracelet, if I make another knot at the end so that this tail and the other tail that we made kind of look like tassels. Okay, and take your time with this. So you can see I didn't pull all the purple thread out, so let me start over. Whoops. It can be a little tricky if this part is really small. So just take your time. There we go. I think I got all of them. And I'm going to put this knot at the end of the string so that it looks like that. And just pull that tight. Okay, so now it's like I have two matching ends. So to make this adjustable, you can just pull on one side of the string, put it on your wrist, and then grab that big knot that we made. And if you pull on that and move your wrist, you can see it's nice and snug. And if you wanted to take it off, you just pull on one side of the bracelet, and that way you can easily take it off. So now it is adjustable, and you can take it on and off as you like. I really hope you enjoyed creating your own friendship bracelet. And now that you know how to do it, you can make one for each of your friends. Or even better, now you can teach them how to make their own friendship bracelets. There are a lot of tutorials out there that can teach you how to make different designs. Thank you for watching, and until next time, happy reading.